Greetings. It's pretty crazy. I realize it's been 5 days since I posted the last video. Rather depressing. But, I mean, that almost gets to the crux of the reason as to why I made this channel in the first place. It's because that's kind of the story of my life, is like I get interested in something, and it lasts for, it's like just a phase, you know, like this YouTube thing. I mean, the dates are kind of messed up because I re-uploaded to this channel and then I deleted and did some weird thing because they weren't in the right order. But lasts for a week or two kind of thing. That was what it was like, 2 weeks probably. And now, then I just kind of go into like a bit of a slump. It's like, yeah, I don't really want to do anything. But kind of a part of it, a part of my plan is building habits. And I haven't really been talking about them on this go of this channel because I did start recording videos when I first moved here, actually. I have, like 4, I think, from like almost a year ago now. Well, between a year and 6 months ago. They were a lot more periodically, actually, so I guess my interest has kind of been around for a while. I lost my train of thought, though. Why? What was I talking about then? Those things. I don't remember, but what I know now is that my interest is waning. It's been 5 days, and I haven't wanted to do this in that whole time. Madness. But, oh yeah, and then the other things, oh yeah, and that I started those other habits, and in those other videos that I recorded back then, I was talking about those kind of habits, and then in my Coke experiment, I kind of lost all those habits, but getting them back again, and I kind of think that's the way forward, the way up for me, is like just to get good habits in place, like getting the right amount of sleep, going to bed at a good time, waking up at a good time. Like, for some reason, I feel like it's better to wake up like most people do instead of waking up at like 4 and going to bed at 4 like I've been doing. Very weird. So that, and then exercising and meditating, just like good things. And then after that, creativity, because I like to do that. So like writing, music, drawing even, I discovered that. Maybe animation, that's a cool dream. It still feels a little distant, but so those kind of things. And right now I'm getting the habits in place and working on things. It's been a few weeks since I've restarted here, and exercising is pretty easy to do now. Sleep is still rather difficult. Feels like I've changed the way my brain works a little bit, because now, before I could just lay down and tell myself to go to sleep, and I'd almost just meditate myself to sleep, but now it's as if my brain doesn't want to turn off, and I just keep going and going and going until I just lay down and pass out. It's weird, I say, very weird. But. So I at least wanted to give a little update to try to keep this thing alive, keep it going. That Nietzsche is probably going to get stuck to the back burner temporarily, because I don't know, I find interesting tidbits in this book, The Antichrist, but it's mostly, I kind of get bored with his attacks on Christianity, because it's like I get it. It's like, yeah, I don't see that as the way to go. It was a really cool thought, like a really cool idea that he gave me. I guess that's the best thing of this so far, is just the comparison of it to Buddhism and the difference in how, like, begging for forgiveness kind of thing, and like just the mindset that Christianity puts you in versus the accepting of your suffering, is just so different. And I was like, whoa, that was a cool realization. I still don't even fully get it. Like, it's just a tentative thought in there. But I will go back to it, though. I might instead skip it, though, and go to Beyond Good and Evil, because that's apparently where he talks about his ideas of, like, the philosophy of the future or something. I don't know, that's what it said on the cover. But definitely seems like an interesting fellow. Oh, man. Even now, it's like I must have just, I guess when you do 2.5 ounces in, like, 2 months, through 2.5 months or so, and when with like 3/4 of that being in the last 3 weeks or so, maybe that does change the brain chemistry a bit, because even now I feel like stimmed up almost, a little weird, very weird, but still, we go forward. We're rebuilding here now. The plan is to get these good habits in place and start transitioning to more learning and like learning activities instead of just pleasurable ones, and maybe they can become pleasurable. And I'm sure I'll always have a place for games in my heart. So that's mostly where I chase my pleasure from, and drugs, certainly. But it just can't be everything. I need to do other things, otherwise I'm just going to hate my life. And it's just as simple as that. That could even be an explanation for the slump, is that I'm just like, what am I doing? So we'll see, though. I think this thing is new that I'm doing, and I'm using my notebook to and that's where I'm kind of keeping track of my habit stuff, too, is notes on my phone, because I don't know, it seemed kind of boring, the videos. It's like a 30-minute video of me saying, like, recapping my progress on exercising for a month and, like, meditating and stuff. So, like, that's why I never posted that kind of stuff, because I was like, it seems boring. And then I got the idea to make it more about my ways of thinking. I don't know. Even still, it's not like it's for even public consumption anyways. It's just for me to practice talking and thinking and hold myself accountable. But you know what? There's an update. So take that, life. I did it. Ha!